Hello, this is a movie on review. I give us a 0 out of 10 on this movie called Pitch Perfect, the first one. I forget the year it came out, so I'm just gonna put that in the title of my review video. Once I look it up, I give this a 0 out of 10 because I hate this movie. I thought it was very dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And I got annoyed by some of this movie. More so than Ezra Milla's Flash take on the Flash from 2017's Justice League to his take on the Flash from the Flash movie when he reprised his role. And the only time I liked him as the Flash was when he was directed by Zack Snyder. Other than that, I just didn't like him. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, Pitch Perfect is kind of like my feelings to... Look, I don't like this movie. I don't know why. I'm not as good at expressing stuff I hate as much as I am expressing stuff I like. For me, it used to be reverse. Now I'm having trouble more with the reverse of the reverse. If that makes sense in a way. I hope that makes sense. It's nighttime where I am. I noticed. It's night out. I give Pitch Perfect 0 out of 10 for being fucking stupid. And you know what? I hate how this movie shits on Star Wars and better movies than Pitch Perfect. There, I said it. This movie likes to shit on movies like Breakfast Club and the original Star Wars trilogy, and because one of the main characters hates that, and it's supposed to be a gag, and it's not really a gag as much as you just want to see her lit all the fuck on fire, or just get her to come up as. And none of these characters are really fun as much as they are just annoying me. And getting my blood pressure up and having my mind go to stark, disturbing serial killer outcome routes. That has never committed but wants to. Feels tempted sometimes when you listen to people like these in public. Or in your head. From memories that you ran into in past. And sometimes those things can make you feel more negative than you should be. People like that. Well, there's also movies like that with people, with characters that in that movie's Pitch Perfect have annoying characters like you want to see get hurt in life. Like my Auntie Sue. I would like to see her get hurt. I think it'd be funny for me if someone ever made that into a cartoon. For my amusement, I would watch that all the time. Because I don't like my mind going to dark places when it's supposed to be a comedy or a lighthearted comedy or something so and so. And because I don't like to think like that. That's why I give Pitch Perfect a 0 out of 10, because it makes me go cuckoo. Because it makes my mind go to dark places, because it wants to hurt these characters from Pitch Perfect, the main ones. All of them. That's how annoying this movie is to me. And a waste of everyone's time who enjoys movies that they don't want to get annoyed by. But unless they have a fetish for it. No, this is that. I forget what I was going to say. I hate this movie, and I don't know why you would want to watch this movie unless you're me, who just has nothing better to do. Unless you have nothing better to do, I can see you watching this movie, but if you have something better to do with your life, I don't know why you want to watch this movie. But I watched this movie before I had a YouTube show, so I didn't have anything better to do. But I just still remember seeing this movie. I hated this movie. Forget when I saw it. I saw it once. My dad, before after it came out on Blu-ray and streaming, guys. So that's when I checked it out. This movie, I forget. It was like, fuck, when that was. I forget. So. I hate people. Sorry, I forgot I was recording. I was trying to tell, I was getting annoyed with my self-memories. I get loud sometimes when I'm in a flashback. I've noticed that. I can't. This is just. I just think everything's in my head. It's overwhelmed. My memory's overwhelmed for me. That's why I give it a 0 out of 10. Now I give this movie called Mad Max Fury Road a 0 out of 10 because, well, I didn't really like any of the characters, okay? I like the performances from all the cast. Everyone did phenomenal jobs, but the characters I thought were flat. You know? It's sort of like the first Matrix movies. You know how the Matrix movies, the performances were good, but the characters felt flat and unrelatable, and not really the good kind. They were just forgettable, like the cast from the last Airbender movie, or the cast from Signs, or the cast from the movie, that classic M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Happening, or Sixth Sense, or Unbreakable, or every M. Night Shyamalan movie outside of Stuart Little that he's written. Yes, he written the first Stuart Little movie, that movie, Stuart Little. And that's the only one I can say I ended up liking from him. I decided. Stuart Little I like. And that's the only M. Night Shyamalan movie that he wrote that I ended up liking from him. Okay. What does this have to do with what I'm reviewing now? Mad Max Fury Road fucking sucked, I thought. Well, it was a visually aesthetically pleasing, I'll admit to the eye. It was great, great action, and well directed, and visually stunning at times, but the characters, I don't know, I didn't like any of the characters. The characters were boring to me. And that's weird to me. Mad Max Mad Max the character has never been a boring character, and the characters he's interacted with never been boring characters to me. Before now. I mean, the original trilogy I thought was perfectly fine. The characters in the movies were perfectly stand out and solid. Well, written. I can see why Pitch Perfect made more money than Mad Max Fury Road. So I hear that. I hear that they were more financially successful than Fury Road. Because while Pitch Perfect might be annoying, it's better than nothing than being forgettable, which was Mad Max Fury Road. As well directed it was and cinematic it felt with the action at times, the characters felt very forgettable and bland and generic, and none of them really stood out to me, I thought. And none of them left a good impersonation to me, especially Max himself. Even Max himself, he couldn't make Mad Max himself interesting. Okay, when they first introduced him, he's interesting at first, but then the movie just turns into this different movie, focused on these other characters. From here on, the Mad Max joins along for the ride, and he becomes more of a secondary character, and he just doesn't really do much outside of cool action scenes, and to making him complex or relatable, or continuing his story from the previous three. And this is supposed to be the same match from the previous three, I'm guessing, supposedly, and this supposed to take place after the first three. So why not tell a new story? I don't know. It's like they don't give him, and it's weird because Tom Hardy, they don't give him. He's a great actor. Let me get this straight. He's a phenomenal, talented actor. I like him. He's a talented actor. He does a good Mel Gibson impersonation. And I say that is a Mel Gibson impersonation because Mel Gibson is Mad Max. He is Max. Mel Gibson's just not replaceable as Max. And this movie kind of proves my fear. He doesn't make Max Tom Hardy doesn't make Max his own thing. He doesn't do anything different with the character. And probably not his fault, okay? It's probably because the script doesn't really give him a whole lot to do or flesh out his characters. Therefore, Tom Hardy in doing so doesn't get any chance to see his acting shine. So it's why recast Mel Gibson if he's still alive and still active in his acting career, and why recast him with Tom Hardy if you're not going to really use Tom Hardy to make Max his own thing and let Tom Hardy act. And this movie doesn't let Tom Hardy act at all. Outside of he's great in many action stunt scenes when it comes to being badass. But yeah, the girl that I think her name's Furiosa, I guess. I hear her name's Furiosa. She now has her own movie called Furiosa. Mad Max Saga, or Mad Max Story, something. It came out recently this year, and Not seeing it. I'm not. I lost interest in the Mad Max franchise, I think. Unless again, Mel Gibson back playing Mad Max, I'm not going to see the shit. And if he's not going, unless they get Mad Max played by the real Mad Max, Mel fucking Gibson, and have him do something and not just be a side character in his own movie, and give him a story for his character to grow and change, like he did with the first three. Sure, Mad Max probably didn't do that much screen time in the first two, but first two of doing that much. Because most of the time in the first Mad Max movie, he was just spending time with his family, doing his day-to-day schedule, and anyway, so I just wish they gave gave Tom Hardy something to do other than him just coming across as a Mel Gibson wannabe knockoff character that got recasted because they couldn't inform Mel Gibson because he wasn't busy or something. I don't know why. I don't know. Really don't know the answer. So. And all the action that we see Max do in this movie, Fury Road, is nothing new action we've seen with him before that he hasn't done in the first three, when he was played by Mel Gibson. Like, the action feels repetitive. Like, you've seen it before with the Max character. You've seen this kind of action. You've seen Max. Because during the Mad Max Road War, we saw him. Remember in the Mad Max, is it the sequel or the third one when he went out, when he had to go get into enemy territory to get to get water or gasoline or something? He had to go gasoline or water or something, and just came back barely alive. But we saw him actually kill people. They do the same thing in Mad Max Fury Road, similar, but not as well focused on Max when not as well executed, I guess. And none of the actions feel well executed with Max, the character, like they did in the first three action scenes with Max, played by Mel Gibson. They feel very rushed, the action, and mediocre at times. Because it feels like they don't do anything different with the action. These action scenes feel like they happened before Max's character. And I guess that might be the point, but and I don't know if that's the point or what. I thought this was very uninspiring, very kind of forgettable movie. Besides, very visually stunning. It had forgettable characters, too many forgettable characters. The one character I did kind of, I think, the characters that there's no characters that really stand out to me, okay? There's no standouts to this movie, the characters in the movie Mad Max Fury Road. I just thought this movie sucked. And I don't know what this movie was trying to do, and what was the point of this movie, or if there was a point to anything of this movie getting made and telling whatever the story was. I'm not going to act like I know what the story was going on, because I don't. It's too confusing for me, this, because at least maybe this is a little story, maybe there's too much story, or because of the action, or the explosions. Okay. I just don't like the movie, okay? Mad Max Fury Road gets a 0 out of 10 for me. Good night, and hit the thumbs up if you like this video. I recommend this movie. And hit the subscribe button by hitting the bell first, and then hitting the subscribe button. Goodbye.